We're with Coach Babers on the practice field following the first full padded scrimmage of preseason camp. And Coach, we'll give you the floor to begin with in your initial observations here. It's only about 4 times you've been in full pads and able to run close to 150 plays today.
You know, it was a good effort. The kids really, this is really hard to do after the first week because their legs aren't really fresh, but they put in a fantastic effort. I thought the defense was outstanding, got some turnovers out there. We still got some work to do from the offensive side of the football, but overall I thought it was a good outing.
You use the expression at this time of year about the players' legs, that you grind them hard now and you give them their legs back, tapering down a little bit toward the opener, which would be August 31st. Same thing there. Where would you evaluate them in terms of conditioning right at this moment?
Kind of like where we were last year, which is really, really good shape. They're going to be tired. We're going to be tired the first 2 weeks, and then we'll start to back off of them and get them fresh. The season's a very long season. The last thing you want to do is let them go in with tired legs. But right now, it's not the time to think about that. Right now, it's the time to work, and still got work to do, so they've got to go.
It's apparent watching this scrimmage and even listening to the players as they walk off the field on both sides of the ball. Defense is rocking the house right now. This is a group that is experienced really throughout all 3 levels. What have your observations been specifically about what you've seen there?
Well, they're doing such a fantastic job communicating. You've got a bunch of seniors out there that's played a bunch of ball, and you know, anytime that a guy might not be in the right spot, you've got someone else talking, no, yes, and they're putting him in the right spot. And when a defense has the ability to line up before the snap correctly, they're going to have an opportunity to play some good defense during the snap.
I see that in particular, just kind of hanging out with most of the defensive backs during the scrimmage. They all do that. They all check with one another. What was the play call? Where should I have been? And they get mistakes corrected quickly. They've been playmakers in particular.
There's no doubt, and I think some of the back end's been making plays because the front end's been putting a lot of pressure on the football, and that's part of it. We expect to be good.
Yeah.
And I think the defense is going to be a big part of it.
Are you pleased to see that as it relates especially to the defensive line? Because you could say the biggest loss, certainly on the defense, would be Chris Slayton, who did so much and so quietly. That's a spot you got to fill.
Well, there's no doubt, and hopefully he's doing well up there with the Giants. I haven't had a chance to see him lately, but you can't replace 3 technique. But we've got a bunch of guys that are putting in a bunch of effort, and hopefully we can find a way to balance the scales a little bit.
Offensively, there was a drop pass on a potential at a big play, but you did hit, it seemed like the short passing game with Tommy DeVito and company. That was clicking. What'd you think?
Well, I think we've got a couple of wide receivers that are still out. That's affecting the timing in the throwing game. But I was really excited about some of the runs. I thought the running backs put in some really good runs. The offensive line is coming along. We need to continue to come at that position. But I think between the backs and the quarterbacks, we're happy with what's going on. We got to get some of those wide receivers back, and we got to get the O-line to grow up a little bit.
Yeah, offensive line coach, Mike Lynch, the offensive coordinator, just walked by and said, we got some work to do, but you have some time to do it. Give us a prognosis here, 1 week down, how you spend the next week or so until we talk to you again.
Well, we got to get healthy. The next time we have this scrimmage next Saturday, we got to have all our guys out there. And if we have all our guys out there, we can start working on our timing. If we work on our timing, we're going to get ready for the games.
All right, I know you want to go grade the film with this one. We'll wish you the best, and I'll let you get to it again.
Thank you so much.
Head Coach Dino Babers. You can watch our continuing coverage of training camp right here at Cuse.com.